Hi everyone, in this video we will look about how to win Kaggle competition. Kaggle is the one of the website. It's launched the machine learning competitions. So we will look about machine learning competitions in Kaggle, and we will learn a lot of tricks and best practices about data sets competitions. So before we start to learn advanced techniques, we need to understand the basics. In this video, I will explain the main concept of competitions and you will become familiar with competition mechanics. A variety of machinery competition is very high. In some, participants are asked to process text, in others to classify picture or select the best advertising. Despite the variety, all of these competitions are very similar in structure. Usually, they consist of the same elements or concepts which we will discuss in this video. So, let's start with the data. Okay, data is what the organizers give us a training material. We will use it in order to produce our solution. Data can be represented in a variety of formats: CSV file with several columns, a text file, an archive with pictures, a database dump, a disabled code, or even all together. With the data, usually there is a description. It's useful to read it in order to understand what we will work with and which feature can be extracted. So here is an example from Kaggle. From the top, we see several files with the data, and below is the description. Sometimes, in addition to data issued by organizers, we can use other data. For an example, in order to improve image classification model, one may use a publicly available data set of images. But this depends on a particular competition, and you need to check the rules. And the next concept is a model. This is exactly what we will build during the competition. It's better to think about model not as one specific algorithm, but something that transforms data into answers. The model should have two main properties. It should produce best possible prediction and be reproducible. In fact, it can be very complicated and includes many components, but in the upcoming videos, we'll learn how to build such models. So to compare our model with the model of other participants, we will send our predictions to the server, or in other words, make the submission. So that is the next concept. So to compare our model with the model of other participants, we will send our predictions to the server, or we need to submit. Okay. So usually we're asked about predictions only. Sources or models are not required, and also there are some exceptions. Code competitions where participants submit their code. In the upcoming videos, we will focus on traditional challenges where a competitor submits only prediction outputs. Often, I cannot just provide a sample submission, an example of how the submission file should look like. Look at the sample submission from the zero competition in its first column. We must specify the ID of the object and then specify a prediction for it. So this is typical format that is used in many competitions. So now we move on to the next concept, that is evaluation function. When you submit predictions, you need to know how good is your model. The quality of the model is defined by evaluation function. In essence and simply, the function, the text prediction and the correct answers and return a score characterize the performance of the solution. The simplest example of such a function is the accurate score. So this is just a rate of correct answers. In general, there are a lot of such functions. So here we will carefully consider some of them. See, the description of the competition always indicates which evaluation function is used. Okay, it might be accuracy or logistic loss or AUC or RMSC. Okay, I strongly suggest you to pay attention to this function because it is what we will try to optimize. But often we are not interested in the score itself. We should only care about our relative performance in comparison to other competitors. So we move to the last point. We are considering the leaderboard. The leaderboard is the rate which provides you with information about performance of all participating teams. Most machine learning competition platforms keep your submission history, but the leaderboard usually shows only your best score and position. They cannot, as the submission score, reveal some information about dataset. And in extreme cases, one can obtain ground truth progress after sending a lot of submissions. In order to handle this, the set is divided into two parts, public and private. The split is hidden from users and during the competition. We see the score calculated only on public subset of the data. The second part of dataset is used for private leaderboard. which is revealed after the end of the competition. Only this second part is used for final rating. Therefore, a standard competition routine looks like that. You, as the competitor, you analyze the data, improve the model, prepare submission, send it, see leaderboard score. You repeat this action several times. All this time, only public leaderboard is available. By the end of the competition, you should select submissions which will be used for final scoring. Usually, you are allowed to select two final submissions. Choose wisely. Sometimes, public leaderboard is revealed and it's used for final rating and defining the winner. That was a brief overview of competition mechanics. Keep in mind that many concepts can be slightly different in a particular competition. All details, for an example, where they can join into team or use external data, you will find in the rules. I strongly suggest you to read the rules carefully before joining the competition. Now, I want to say a few words about the competition platforms. Although Gaggle is the biggest and most famous one, there is a number of smaller platforms or even single competition sites like KDD and Wisdom. Although this list will change over time, I believe you will find the competition which is most relevant and interesting for you. Finally, I want to tell you about the reasons to participate in data science competition. The main reason is that competition is a great opportunity for learning. You communicate with other participants, try new approaches, and get a lot of experience. Second reason is that competition often offer you non-trivial problems and state-of-the-art approaches. It allows you to broaden the horizons and look at some everyday task from a different point of view. It's also a great way to become recognizable, get some kind of frame inside data science community, and receive a nice job offer. And the last reason to participate is that you have a chance for winning some money. It shouldn't be the main goal, just a pleasant bonus. So in this video, we analyzed the basic concept of the competition, we talked about the platforms and reasons for participation. So in the next video, we will talk about the difference between real life and competition. Thank you.